Let's be honest, you haven't missed a single episode of This Is Us and have been anxiously waiting for the third season to continue. Unfortunately, we have no influence over the release of new episodes, but we can tell you about the most unusual details of the show to brighten up this anticipation. What was Jack Pearson initially supposed to be like? Who did Sterling K. Brown's wife portray? Will Chrissy Metz lose weight by the end of the season? Look for answers in this video. 81 cents. Chrissy Metz is the star on one of TV's biggest new shows, but she remembers where she came from. After she had an episodic part in American Horror Story Freak Show, she searched for another job for a long time. The actress revealed that she had 81 cents in her bank account when she auditioned. "I kept auditioning with no savings and no money, credit card debt gaining interest," Metz told Glamour. "I went on unemployment. I bought ramen noodles at dollar stores. I never had to, God forbid, live on the streets. I moved in with a roommate who told me, 'Stay with me until you can afford rent. Don't give up.'" Star cameos. Of course, you have recognized iconic TV dad Alan Thicke, who played himself in the pilot. He played Kevin's co-star, who respected the fed-up actor's decision to stop playing the titular Manny in This Is Us universe hit, The Manny. And how did you like the unexpected appearance of the inimitable Seth Meyers in Times Square to witness Kevin and Randall's brawl? The best cameo in Season 2 is, of course, Sylvester Stallone. But did you know that he made his appearance thanks to Milo Ventimiglia, who played Sly's son in 2006 Rocky Balboa? Season 3 also had some guest stars. Just think of incredible Terry Gross. The Fresh Air host and radio legend had the honor of making Kevin realize he never gave enough thought to his father's history as a veteran. So, let's pretty much thank Terry Gross for Kevin and Zoe's inevitable trip to Vietnam. Kevin and Kate's prototypes. When some fans seemed annoyed that Kate was too stereotypical, Metz revealed that her role was in fact based on the life story of the show's creator and executive producer Dan Fogelman's sister. Deborah Fogelman Devine also struggled with excessive weight while growing up, and right now, she's the show's consultant. Kate is loosely based off of Dan's sister and their relationship, where he was very successful as a writer and she was struggling with some issues, Metz said. In one of the interviews, Dan Fogelman revealed, "For my sister, weight has been a constant battle, up and down for her entire life. I said, I'm trying to find stories for Kate that aren't always about the weight. And she said, it's always about the weight." But Metz also found the character deeply relatable. "I remember reading those lines like, I'm always going to be afraid of a chair breaking underneath me, or whether people will be able to recognize if I'm actually pregnant. And going to Dan in tears like, these are my fears." Jack Pearson was not meant to be hot. When Fogelman wrote the pilot for what became This Is Us, he envisioned patriarch Jack as almost a little chubbier, doughy kind of guy. You know, like a typical middle-class father of many children. That all changed at the time of casting when Ventimiglia read for the part. Milo came in off his motorcycle with his beard and his long hair, just looking like the coolest, handsomest guy in the world, Fogelman told Backstage. His vibes led Fogelman and the writers to alter not only Jack's appearance, but his personal features too. Now, it's hard to imagine any other actor portraying Jack. And it's not only for his appearance. We love Jack for his kindness, patience, and faith that you can get out of any situation. Ventimiglia said a lot of his inspiration for Jack comes from his own father. Jack Pearson's car. There's a small possibility that you'll meet Jack Pearson driving his Chevrolet in real life. The thing is that this car actually belongs to Milo Ventimiglia. They were looking for a Camaro and I was like, you can't put Jack Pearson in a Camaro, Ventimiglia told Access. He donated it to the production on one condition. When the transportation crew realized that his actual car was period appropriate, he agreed to let them use it. But whatever you're gonna pay me for it, that goes back towards coffee trucks and burger trucks for the crew. Because he is a gem, both on screen and off. This Is Us was planned to be a movie. Fogelman's original script was for a feature film which was supposed to be focused on Jack and Rebecca having octuplets. Yes, octuplets! There was going to be a reveal at the end of the movie that they were octuplets born in the late 70s or early 80s, Fogelman told Emmy Magazine. But he then found himself struggling with the script because he didn't want to write a beginning, middle, and end for the characters. "I wanted to do this continuous story, which felt very much like the theme of the show." Chrissy Metz used to work with Hanna Zeile earlier. Have you noticed how similar the young actress Hanna Zeile, who portrayed Kate Teenager, looks to Chrissy Metz? No, they are not related, but they knew each other before the show. This one is wild. "I actually used to represent Hanna when I was an agent," Metz told THR. "It's full circle. Life is so crazy. I've been a huge fan of hers for as long as I've known her. It was just so perfect. She plays that angsty, sarcastic, funny teenager so well. Metz and Zeile are good friends IRL, which might partially account for how extraordinary convincing Zeile is as Kate in her teenage years. You definitely know Fogelman's wife. Actress Caitlin Thompson has portrayed Madison, Kate's weight loss support group frenemy, since the early days of the show, and she's also married to Fogelman in real life. Although she is an actress herself, Thompson married Fogelman in 2015 and has been very supportive of his career and of the show in general since they became married. She also seems to have a good sense of humor when it comes to their relationship, even though they are an absolutely adorable couple. She called them out on Instagram on their 2-year wedding anniversary with 2 years ago today, I got a whole day where Dan was not allowed to say no to taking pictures, and it was glorious. Could they be any cuter? Mandy Moore's aging makeup. In order to portray her character's life during 40 long years, you cannot avoid makeup. However, such preparation does take a lot of time. Can you imagine that Mandy Moore's aging makeup takes about 3.5 hours? At first, I was really excited and selfieing it up, she told Glamour of playing Rebecca's older self. Now it's like, here we go again. It's not an easy process, but I'm so grateful. Who gets to play a character from 27 to 66? I feel really lucky. By the way, when Metz saw Moore as the older version of Rebecca, she started crying. Well, that means that the makeup artists are doing a great job. Mandy Moore's age. Well, since we started talking about age, we can't miss the fact that Moore is actually the youngest actress in the main cast, which means, yes, she is younger than all 3 of the actors who play her adult children. Moore is 34, Metz is 38, Justin Hartley is 41, and Sterling K. Brown is 42. Despite the heavy aging makeup that transformed Rebecca into her 60-something self, this fact is distracting once you know it. You saw Sterling K. Brown's wife in Season 1. In Season 1's The Pool, Randall wanders away to sit with another family, inadvertently letting on that he often feels out of place with Pearsons. Rebecca gets into an argument with the mother of that family, Yvette, who is portrayed by Brown's wife, actress Ryan Michelle Bathe. She appeared in 2 subsequent episodes of Season 1. Chrissy Metz is a great singer. Every time you see Kate singing at a gig, like in the unforgettable Season 2 rendition of Landslide, that is Metz singing for real. She, just like Kate, was interested in singing since high school. We are all works in progress. We are all trying to figure it out, she said in an interview with her vocal coach. I was afraid of my own voice and afraid of showing it and being vulnerable. This whole process has taught me that our perception is our reality, and I can't hold on to what people think because it's their perception. And if they love me, great. And if they don't, that's okay too, she revealed. Older Rebecca could have been portrayed by a different actress. Dan Fogelman insisted on a different actress for 66-year-old Rebecca. Honestly, there was a lot of talk, said Fogelman to Digital Spy. I had promised Mandy that if we didn't feel 100% confident that this was going to work and not be laughable, that we would pull the ripcord at the last minute. We were starting to make casting lists in case we had to cast quickly and shoot those scenes with an older actress. And then, at the same time, we were fine-tuning the makeup tests and shooting them and seeing how that felt. Ultimately, makeup artist Zoe Hayes created a very convincing 60-something appearance on Moore. Hayes and her team revealed to E! News that they worked really hard to create a realistic look. I think it's very easy to go, oh, we're going to stick a gray wig on and gray eyebrow and make her look old, Hayes said. But that really is not who she would be as she aged. Ventimiglia's smile is crooked. Jack fans, you are not imagining things. Ventimiglia has a slightly crooked smile. He told People, the nerves are dead in my lower lip. I call it a birth defect. My mother would call it me. I guess it's my signature. That off-kilter grin even became part of the reason Ventimiglia got the 2006 role of Robert Balboa, Rocky Balboa's son. Chris Sullivan wears a fat suit. Although Toby is on a weight loss journey on the show, actor Sullivan is much slimmer in real life. When this surprising bit of information was confirmed by co-star Susan Kelechi Watson, some fans were not too thrilled. I know this is a TV show, not real life, but there's something disheartening in knowing that the shame these two are facing is not one Sullivan is actually experiencing himself. Especially since Chrissy Metz, who plays Kate, is, one of the fans wrote. Metz defended Sullivan's use of a fat suit on Watch What Happens Live, explaining that the show tested a lot of men for the role, but Sullivan was simply the match. I get it. People think the authenticity is kind of ruined by that, she said. But Chris has been heavier, so I think he understands the plight of being overweight. Also, he was just the best man for the job. And people wear prosthetics all the time. It's just weight as opposed to, like, a nose or a chin. It's just kind of the name of the game. Losing weight is not in Metz's contract. Metz raised her eyebrows when she revealed to People magazine in her interview in November 2016 that she was contractually required to lose weight, like her character, Kate. However, she quickly backpedaled on her statement, telling People 1 month later, "It wasn't mandated in the contract, and I probably, if I ever said the word contract, I didn't mean it in that way. I was pitched that the trajectory of Kate is that she's going to lose weight. That is who and what's going on." Fogelman knows how the series will end. Only after many years on the air, obviously. "I do know the ending," Fogelman told Glamour, "but it won't be 10 years from now. I'll be dead if I do this show 10 years from now, cause it's really hard. But I think I kind of know what the next 4 or 5 or 6 seasons look like of this show." Which of the facts surprised you the most? Comment below. Subscribe to our channel to watch the inspiring, touching, and exciting life stories of your favorite stars.